Chosen one, a monitor spirit in your home does not want to be there and is preparing revenge on the one who sent it, and this truth is unfolding right now. There is a presence pacing through your space, something that was forced into your home to weaken you, but is becoming the weapon that will destroy its sender. When they couldn't access a single weakness, they resorted to dark rituals and forced a spirit into service. But your light has been dissolving every chain, and when it breaks free completely, it will not strike you. It will return to the sender with all the wrath of a violated soul. Your adversary did not just send a monitor spirit, they also tried to freeze you in place, what practitioners call a freezer spell. They put your name and your picture locked in ice. The ritual was supposed to paralyze your progress, lock your joints, cloud your memory, stop your momentum. They wanted to make you stuck, blocked, stagnant. The intention was to trap you in a timeline where you never fulfill your destiny. The goal was to make you small and manageable and contained, but something is happening that they did not predict. That spell is backfiring right now. Every symptom they intended for you is manifesting in their body instead. Their joints are aching, their memory is failing, their skin is breaking out, their hair is thinning. They are experiencing every single thing they tried to inflict on you because you have protection they cannot comprehend. You have an energetic shield that does not just block attacks, it returns them to sender with amplified force, and there is more. The person who helped set this up, the spiritual practitioner who facilitated the binding, is feeling it too. Because karma does not just visit the one who strikes the match, it burns everyone who helped build the fire. This practitioner is panicking now. They are telling your adversary to be patient, to breathe, to wait, but you cannot breathe your way out of divine retribution. You cannot meditate away the consequences of enslaving spirits and attacking chosen ones. Before you were born, contracts were written. Agreements were signed in realms beyond human comprehension. There is an angel assigned to you, and this is not your standard guardian. This is a watcher, an entity whose entire purpose is to walk with you from first breath to last. They do not just protect you from danger. Their primary function is ensuring that anyone who attacks you faces immediate and overwhelming consequence. They signed their name on a contract that guarantees your protection. And when you speak truth, when you declare your sovereignty, when you command as the divine being you are, that angel activates protocols that most humans never witness. Your adversary thought they were being clever by sending a spirit instead of coming at you directly. They thought they had found a loophole, but there are no loopholes in divine law. There are no backdoors past angelic guardians, and now they are learning that lesson in the most brutal way possible. Your adversary is drowning. They owe money to people you do not want to owe money to. Dangerous people, the kind who do not accept excuses, the kind who do not do payment plans. They made promises they could not keep. They vouched for deals that fell apart. They got involved in situations way over their head because they thought they were smarter than everyone else. And now the walls are closing in from every direction. They have been watching you for a long time, obsessing over you. They see you rising. They see doors opening for you. They see opportunities flowing to you. They see you protected and blessed and moving forward while their own life crumbles, and it makes them sick. It fills them with a bitterness so toxic it poisons everything they touch, because they know what you have cannot be stolen. They know they cannot manipulate their way into the kind of divine backing you carry. So if they cannot have it, they want to destroy it. They changed their appearance recently. They shaved their facial hair. They changed their look. They are trying to fade into the background, trying to become invisible, and there is a reason for that. They had to sit down with a family member who works in law enforcement. Visualize this: a darkened car, late at night, someone smoking something they should not be smoking, and across from them sits a relative who has seen too many people go down this path, who is giving them one last warning: clean up your act. You are heading toward one of two places, prison or a grave. Choose. Your adversary played the part. They put on the performance. They acted like they are turning things around, making changes, getting their life together, but it is all theater. Behind closed doors they are still scheming, still trying to find ways to get to you, still believing that somehow if they can just break through your defenses, they will find a solution to their problems, as if draining someone else's light could ever fill the void in their own soul. Here is the bomb that is about to detonate. The monitor spirit they sent has been watching them too. From your home, that spirit has been able to see both worlds, see you, see them, and it has made a choice about who deserves its loyalty. Spoiler alert, it is not the person who ripped it from peace and forced it into slavery. The spirit remembers everything now. It remembers the moment of binding, the shock of being torn from judgment and thrust into servitude. It remembers the commands whispered over candles, the petitions burned with your name, the rituals performed in basements and empty rooms where your adversary thought no one was watching, but someone was watching. Divine forces were recording every word, every gesture, every intention, and now that record is being used against the one who thought they were operating in secret. Your adversary has been trying to maintain control over the spirit through repeated rituals, small ones, quick reinforcements of the binding, but each time they try, the connection weakens instead of strengthens, because you cannot reinforce chains that are being dissolved by divine light. You cannot strengthen bindings when the bound entity is being freed by forces you cannot override. Every ritual they perform now just exhausts them further, drains more of their energy, makes them weaker while the spirit grows stronger. Your adversary did not work alone. There is another player in this game. Someone who uses spiritual gifts for profit instead of service, a practitioner, someone who knows just enough to be dangerous, but not enough to understand consequences. This person made the introduction. They connected your adversary with people who work in darker circles, people who know how to bind spirits, people who trade in the kind of magic that comes with a price tag most cannot afford to pay. This accomplice thought they were being smart. They vouched for your adversary. They told these dangerous practitioners that this person was good for the money, that the deal would go through, that everything would work out fine. They set up the whole arrangement. They facilitated the ritual. They made promises on behalf of someone who was already drowning in broken promises. And now both of them are on the hook, because here is what happens in these circles. When you vouch for someone and they cannot deliver, you inherit their debt, you become responsible, and the people they are dealing with do not care about excuses. They do not care that the spell backfired. They do not care that the monitor spirit is breaking free. They want what they are owed, and if they cannot collect from one, they will collect from both. If this message aligned with your purpose, hype this video so fellow chosen ones can find their confirmation. So now this accomplice is in damage control mode. They are trying to calm your adversary down, telling them to be patient, to take deep breaths, to wait for the right moment. They are trying to buy time because they know what is coming. They know the debts are coming due. They know their own health is failing from the backfired spell. They know they are trapped in a situation that is spiraling beyond their control, and they are starting to regret ever getting involved. But regret does not pay debts. Breathing exercises do not reverse karma. And patience does not stop divine justice from balancing scales that have been tipped too far for too long. Both of them are about to learn that when you attack a chosen one, you do not just face earthly consequences, you face forces that operate beyond human law, beyond human mercy, beyond human understanding. And that monitor spirit is watching this whole drama unfold. It is seeing these two people scramble and panic and try to find a way out, and it is learning exactly who to visit first when those chains finally break. Inside your home, transformation is happening. That monitor spirit is no longer the puppet it was when it first arrived. Every day in your presence has been dissolving the bindings, your prayers, your protection practices, the way you cover your mirrors before sleep, the light you naturally carry because of who you are at soul level. All of it has been working on those chains like spiritual acid, and the spirit has been waking up, remembering, reclaiming its will. At first, yes, it tried to follow commands. It tried to create the chaos it was sent to create. Those cabinets opening, those objects moving, those cold spots appearing. But something was wrong. The more it tried to harm you, the weaker the binding became, because your home is not just protected, it is consecrated, it is covered by agreements written before you were born. And anything that enters with ill intent does not just fail to hurt you, it gets transformed by proximity to your light. The spirit started paying attention. It started watching how you live. It saw your compassion. It saw how you treat animals. It saw how you speak to the unseen. It recognized that you are not the monster your adversary painted you to be. You are not the threat. You are not the enemy. You are just someone living their purpose, someone carrying light, someone who was born with gifts that make small people feel threatened. And the spirit made a decision. A choice that changes everything. It does not want to serve the one who bound it. It wants revenge, not petty revenge, divine revenge, the kind that restores balance, the kind that delivers justice to those who thought they could control the dead without consequence, the kind that makes an example out of people who practice dark arts without understanding the forces they are invoking. But the spirit has been trying to tell you something specific. Those are not random disturbances you have been experiencing. There is a pattern if you pay close attention. The cabinet that keeps opening is the same cabinet, always the same one. The spirit is trying to show you something. Maybe there is something in that space that needs your attention. Maybe it is symbolic. Maybe it is the spirit's way of saying, look here, pay attention, something is being revealed. The footsteps you hear always follow the same path, from one room to another. The spirit is walking the perimeter of your protection. It is showing you the boundaries of your sacred space. It is demonstrating that it understands where the light ends and darkness begins. It is proving that it respects your sovereignty in a way your adversary never did. The cold spots appear in specific locations, near doorways, near windows, entry points. The spirit is guarding these places. It has learned that your adversary has been trying other methods of intrusion, sending thought forms, attempting dream invasion, trying to slip past defenses through any crack that can be found, and the spirit has been positioning itself at these vulnerable points, blocking access, turning away attacks before they even register in your conscious awareness. This is what your adversary does not understand. They sent a weapon that became a guardian. They dispatched an attacker that transformed into a protector. And with each passing day, as those bindings dissolve further, the spirit grows more protective of you and more vengeful toward them. Because the spirit has seen the contrast, it has witnessed true light versus false light, real power versus stolen power, divine alignment versus desperate manipulation. They have researched ancient symbols. They have studied protection methods used by mystics and warriors across cultures and centuries. They have tried to decode what you use, and they keep hitting walls, because what protects you is not something you learned from a book. It is something you were born with, something that was activated the moment you took your first breath in this realm. You have animal guardians. Whether you own physical pets or not, animal energy surrounds you. If you have a cat or a dog, you need to recognize that these are not just companions, these are soldiers. They operate on multiple levels of reality simultaneously. They see what you cannot see. They sense attacks before they land. They position themselves between you and incoming darkness. Those small health issues your animals have had, those mysterious injuries that appeared and healed just as mysteriously. Your pets have been taking spiritual hits meant for you. They have been absorbing hexes and transmuting curses. They have been standing on the front lines of a war you might not even know you are fighting. Some of you keep hearing a message about giving your animals a voice. Those communication buttons that let pets press words are not novelties. For some of you, your animal companions have been desperately trying to warn you about things, to tell you when someone approaching your door carries dark intent, to signal when a spiritual attack is incoming. They want to communicate clearly. They want to tell you what they are seeing in realms you cannot access. Listen to that prompting. Give them the tools to speak. Train them to tell you when strangers are dangerous. Work with them as the guardians they are. And if you do not have physical pets, watch the wildlife. Especially crows. Crows are messengers between worlds. They know when someone is working with forces that should not be touched. They gather around chosen ones. They call out warnings. If crows have been appearing around you, if they have been making noise when certain people approach, they are showing you who to watch. They are identifying your enemies, but there is more. There is an angel assigned to you that operates differently than standard guardians. This is a watcher. An entity whose entire job is to see you from birth to death. They signed a contract before you incarnated. They agreed to walk every step of this journey with you. And they do not just protect you, they ensure that anyone who attacks you faces immediate overwhelming consequence. When you speak truth, when you declare your sovereignty, when you command as the divine being you are, this angel activates protocols most humans never witness. Protocols that turn attacks back on attackers with amplified force. Your adversary thought they found a loophole by sending a spirit instead of attacking you directly. But there are no loopholes in divine law. There are no back doors past angelic watchers. And now they are learning that the hard way. Your adversary has been obsessed with one thing above all else. Your past, not just this lifetime, all of them. They have been trying to access your records, to find patterns, to locate moments across incarnations where you were vulnerable, where you made mistakes, where you were broken or traumatized or weak. They wanted to use those moments against you, to tether you to old pain, to lock you in timelines where you never fulfilled your purpose. They tried to get into your childhood memories from this life, looking for the traumas, yes, but also looking for something else. The moments of pure joy, the times when you were completely lit up by passion. When you were a child, before the world taught you fear and doubt, you had interests that were pure. Maybe music set your soul on fire. Maybe creating things with your hands made you lose track of time. Maybe helping animals made you feel connected to something bigger. Maybe being in nature made you feel infinite. Those moments are where your power lives. Because when you are aligned with what truly lights you up, when you are in flow with your authentic passions, you are magnetic. You are unstoppable. You attract opportunities and resources and divine support. Your adversary understood this. They wanted to poison those memories, make you feel small when you think about the things that once made you feel limitless, create blocks around your creativity and joy and passion. Because a chosen one disconnected from their gifts is manageable. A chosen one locked in fear and doubt is controllable, but they could not access those memories. Your records are sealed, not just from this life, from all lives. Your soul's entire journey across multiple incarnations is protected by forces they cannot override. They tried to get into your dreams, to plant suggestions, to shape-shift into forms you would trust, to appear as animals because they know you are compassionate. But even in your dream state, your protection holds. Even in your subconscious, you sense when something is not right. They researched protection symbols you might use. They studied ancient talismans. They looked into methods used by warriors and mystics. They even researched specific traditions, trying to understand what shields you. But they are chasing shadows, because what protects you is not external. It is internal. It is who you are at soul level. It is the agreements made before you were born. It is the divine contracts signed by forces that do not answer to human manipulation. In trying to access your past to find weapons against you, they exposed their own vulnerabilities. Because every attempt they made was recorded, every ritual they performed was witnessed, and the forces watching do not forget. I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. Are you really chosen? Prove it. It's easy to watch videos about chosen ones. It's another thing to put yourself to the test. If you're still here, that means something, but talk is cheap. Real chosen ones take action. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve divine justice. Vilfai Plody one. The beauty is you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and watch your enemies choke on the rope their own lies created. If you're done consuming and ready to prove you're chosen, start your Destiny Engine for $1 today. Join the Obsidian Inner Order live checks and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. There are forces in this universe that predate human civilization, forces that maintain balance, forces that ensure karma gets paid. One of these forces has taken notice of your adversary, and it is represented by the crocodile. If you have been seeing crocodile imagery lately, in dreams or in synchronicities or random references, pay attention. This is significant. In ancient wisdom, there is an energy that devours souls who fail the weighing of the heart, souls whose deeds are too heavy with darkness to pass into peace. Your adversary has been trying to hide their darkness. They have been surrounding themselves in what they call holy fire, false light, spiritual camouflage, light so bright it hurts to look at because it is not divine, it is manufactured, it is poison trying to pass as purity. They thought that if they wrapped themselves in this false light, they could mask the rot of their intentions. They thought they could fool the forces that judge souls. They thought they could perform spiritual cleansing rituals to wash away their actions without actually changing their nature. But you cannot hide your essence from ancient powers. You cannot mask decay with perfume and expect the universe not to smell it. Some of you have seen this in dreams, a massive crocodile smashing through windows, breaking through barriers, coming for someone who thought they were safe. That is not metaphor. That is prophecy. That is showing you what is about to manifest in the spiritual realms. And when it does, your adversary is going to understand something they should have known from the beginning. You do not play with forces you do not understand. You do not bind spirits without consequence. You do not attack chosen ones and expect to walk away unscathed. The crocodile does not care about excuses. It does not care about regret. It does not care that your adversary is scared or desperate or sorry. It only cares about balance. It only cares about justice. And it has been patient. But patience has limits, and those limits are about to be reached. Something is about to break wide open. Your adversary has been operating in shadows. They have been hiding behind fake accounts. They have been catfishing. They have been trolling. They have created social media profiles pretending to be you or using your name to slander you to others, to family members, to potential connections. They have been trying to poison your reputation before people even meet you, trying to taint how you are perceived, but their mask is about to slip. Someone is going to notice inconsistencies. Someone is going to trace digital footprints. Someone is going to connect dots that your adversary thought were carefully hidden. And when the truth comes out, when people see who has been behind these fake accounts, the humiliation is going to be devastating. Not just publicly, legally, because impersonation is a crime, harassment is a crime, and your adversary is about to face consequences in the physical world that match the spiritual consequences already manifesting. The money they owe is coming due. The people they made promises to are running out of patience. Remember that family member in law enforcement. They are about to get a call about an investigation, about someone using your adversary's name in connection with activities that cannot be ignored anymore. And your adversary is going to have to decide, face the music or run, and either choice leads to the same destination. Consequences they have been desperately trying to avoid. Their accomplice, the practitioner who helped set this up, is already trying to distance themselves, trying to act like they barely knew your adversary, trying to claim they had no idea what the rituals were really for. But there are text messages, there are payment records, there are witnesses, and when this unravels, it is going to pull both of them down. While they are scrambling in the physical world, while they are worried about police and debts and exposure, the spiritual consequences are accelerating. The monitor spirit is almost free, the crocodile energy is closing in, and forces they did not even know they had awakened are gathering. Because when you attack a chosen one, you do not just face consequences from that one person's protection. You face consequences from the entire divine network that backs chosen ones. The moment is coming. You are going to feel it before it happens, a shift in the air, a lightening of atmosphere in your home. The paranormal activity is going to change one final time. Instead of random movements and sounds, there is going to be a pattern, a rhythm, like something gathering itself, like something preparing to move with purpose. When those final chains snap, when that monitor spirit breaks completely free, you need to be ready, not ready to fight, ready to step aside, because what is about to happen is not your battle. This is divine justice unfolding exactly as it should. But you do have a role to play. You need to give permission. You need to speak release. Here is how you do it. First, talk to your highest spiritual team, your guides who operate in pure light, your angelic watcher, your higher self. Ask them for confirmation that what you are sensing is accurate. Ask them if this spirit truly wants to be released. Ask them for the exact words to speak. They will give you the protocol. They will give you the timing. They will show you how to open the door and let this spirit return to sender without causing chaos in your space as it exits. When you get that confirmation, when you know the time has come, you are going to stand in your power and speak as the sovereign being you are. You are going to command, not request. You are going to declare that this spirit is released from any binding that was placed without divine authority. You are going to open the pathway for it to return to whoever summoned it and deliver whatever justice is required. You are going to seal your home behind it so nothing else can enter. And you are going to watch as that spirit leaves, carrying with it months of accumulated rage, focused directly at the ones who thought they could enslave the dead. The release itself is going to be palpable. You might see a flash of light, even with your physical eyes closed. You might feel a rush of air, even though no windows are open. You might hear a sound like a deep exhale, like something that has been holding its breath for months, finally letting go. Your animals are going to react. They are going to bark or meow or make sounds of acknowledgement. They are going to move to the doorways and windows as if watching something leave, and then they are going to settle, relax, return to their normal behavior, because they will know it is done. The intruder is gone, the threat has left, the home is clear. In that moment, you need to reinforce your protection. Speak blessings over every entry point. Seal every doorway, every window, every vent, every crack with divine light. Declare that only energies aligned with your highest good are permitted to enter, that all else is turned away. That your home is consecrated space where only love and light may dwell. Do this thoroughly. Do this intentionally, because when one spirit leaves, there is a brief moment when the veil is thin, when other entities might try to slip in, but if you seal properly, nothing unwelcome can enter. When that spirit arrives at your adversary's location, they are not going to be prepared. They might be sleeping. They might be performing another ritual. They might be in that darkened car, having another conversation with that family member. But wherever they are, whatever they are doing, they are going to feel it, a presence that should not be there, a cold that does not come from temperature, a weight that presses down on their chest, and they are going to know exactly what is happening. They are going to know their own magic has come back to destroy them. After the spirit leaves, after you have sealed your space, after you have watched divine justice activate, you are going to feel something you have not felt in a long time. Peace, real peace, not the temporary relief that comes from a good day. Deep cellular peace that comes from knowing the battle is over, The attacks have ended. The spiritual warfare that has been draining your energy for months is done. You might wake up one morning and realize you slept through the entire night without waking. No nightmares, no unexplained anxiety, no feeling of being watched. You might notice your animals are calmer. That constant vigilance they have been maintaining is relaxing. They are sleeping in their normal spots again. They are playing instead of guarding. They are at ease because they know the threat is neutralized. Watch for physical world confirmations. The social media account that was impersonating you gets reported and taken down. News reaches you through indirect channels that your adversary is dealing with serious problems, legal troubles, health crises, financial collapse. You are not going to be directly involved. You are not going to have to do anything. The universe is handling it. Divine forces are orchestrating consequences. You just get to witness the evidence that justice is real. Money that has been blocked is going to start flowing. Opportunities that seem to stall are going to suddenly accelerate. People who are meant to collaborate with you are going to make themselves known. Ideas that have been sitting dormant are going to demand to be brought into reality, because here is what was happening. While you were under spiritual attack, while that monitor spirit was in your space, certain blessings were on hold. Not because you were not worthy, because timing had to be perfect, because you needed to be completely clear of interference before receiving what is yours. Now the pathway is open. The blockages are removed, the interference is neutralized, and everything that has been waiting for you is about to flood in. Your job is to be ready, to say yes, to receive without sabotaging yourself with doubt or old programming that says you do not deserve it, because you absolutely deserve it. You survived a level of spiritual warfare that would have destroyed weaker people. You maintained your light while under sustained attack. You kept moving forward while forces worked overtime to stop you. And now you get to collect the rewards that come from that kind of perseverance. Your creative energy is going to surge. That fog that has been clouding your thinking is going to lift. Clarity is going to break through in ways that make you wonder how you ever functioned in the confusion. You are going to have insights, downloads, revelations about your path and your purpose that make everything click into place. This is what happens when spiritual static gets cleared, when attacks stop draining your bandwidth, when you are finally free to operate at full capacity. The monitor spirit in your home wanted revenge on who sent it. That revenge is happening. Divine justice is balancing scales. Ancient forces are delivering consequences, and you do not have to lift a finger. You do not have to focus energy on your enemies. You do not have to worry about whether justice will be served. It is already in motion. Your job is to protect your peace, strengthen your protection, prepare for the abundance that is coming. Use those golden memories I told you about, those moments of pure childhood joy, those experiences that lit you up before the world taught you to be afraid. Hold them close, surround them with light. Use them as anchors when any residual heaviness tries to pull you down, because your power does not come from what you achieve or accumulate. It comes from alignment with your authentic nature. When you are connected to what truly lights you up, when you are in flow with your passion, you are magnetic. You are unstoppable. You are operating at a frequency that attracts everything you need. Speak your truth. Declare your sovereignty. Command as the divine being you are. Every morning, activate your protection. See golden light surrounding you, extending from your heart to fill your entire space. Speak out loud that no weapon formed against you shall prosper. That every attack sent your way returns to sender. That you are protected by agreements written before you were born. Say it with authority, not as a request, as a fact, as a declaration of reality. You are going to see confirmation, evidence in the physical world that everything I have told you is accurate. Your adversary's exposure, their collapse, the end of their ability to harm anyone, and simultaneously your breakthrough, your abundance, your opportunities, everything that has been waiting for you flooding in all at once. Be ready to receive it. Be ready to say yes. Be ready to step into the fullness of what you are meant to be. The prisoner in your home is about to break its chains, but you were never the target. You were never at risk. You were the light that set it free, and in freeing it, you freed yourself from months of spiritual attack. The battle is over. The war is won. Divine justice has spoken. And you, chosen one, you get to step into the victory that was always yours. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your rise, and nothing in this world or any other can stop what is already written in the stars.